In this episode of the IT Experts podcast, Stuart and I help you get ready for 2024 and how to make this year matter. Welcome to the IT Experts podcast, the only podcast to help MSPs scale to 1 million, and if already there, get to 5 and go faster. At the end of the day, isn't it all about building a business that works for you rather than you for it? I hope you enjoy the show. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year, Ian. Hi.
If you're listening to this on the day of release, which is New Year's Day. So you could either have a really sore head or you could be raring to go. Delete as applicable. Anyway, this podcast episode, give you a couple of things to think about to get this year a really successful 2024. Better than 2023. What do we need to do? And how do we make this year matter? So the last episode, we've just been talking about all the things, a bit of a year in review. What did we learn? What's some of the key points that we heard from MSP where they're struggling with? So if you missed that, go and listen to that one back again. But Stuart, we had a great conversation just before Christmas about how to shape this part of the show. And we're going to keep this super, super simple, aren't we?
Yeah, completely simple. And I think the word you used a moment ago is this episode was to get you thinking about 2024, thinking. And that's the thing that MSPs don't do very often is stop and think, because it's when we stop and think that we have our best ideas.
Yep.
And when we have those best ideas, then we need a framework about how to implement them and what to do with them. However, there is a point at which we need to start, isn't there?
Yes, there certainly is. And the new year, we're not talking about New Year's resolutions. We're not talking about going to Weight Watchers and Alcoholics Anonymous and all of that sort of stuff, because we know by the end of January that one. We're talking about kind of raising your standards, getting yourself into a good regime, a healthy mindset of what's going on, and making sure that you've got that framework that really resonates, doesn't it? And we were talking in preparation for this show and reflecting and thinking about, right, how should we frame this? And it was around whether you are going to be a competitor or whether you're going to be a creator.
Yeah, it is. And it isn't just relevant to, the calendar, start of the new calendar year, because, a lot of what we do day in, day out is stuff that we should be doing day in, day out, week in, week out. So it's not just relevant for January. Yeah, the competitor. Do I show up this year as a competitor or a creator? That was what we came up with. And what does that mean to you? What do we mean by that? Well, you have a choice. Many, and we have ourselves, gone into the new year going, right, I need to work harder. Yeah. I need to do more. I need to smash more out. I need to get ahead of the competition.
Work more hours.
I need to do more to get more.
Yeah.
And it isn't like that, depending on where you are. And it doesn't have to be that way. The alternative, though, is instead of competing, which is like saying you've got to fight over what's there because what's there is fixed in supply. It's a fallacy. It's not true. Now, you can believe that that's true and fight over the scraps because you think there's only so many clients to be had or so many members of staff that could be relevant to your MSP that you could ever employ, and that everybody else is employing them, so therefore you're screwed. Or you can choose to create this year and be a creator, because when you create, you by definition create something new, something unique. And what is it in your MSP that you could do, that you could create, that is going to differentiate you such that you get more leads, you get better quality clients, you get the right staff, you get better processes installed, or your systems improve? Now, you can fight and try and work with what you've got because you've got no time. We talked about this before Christmas, didn't we? Got no time.
All busy.
So, all busy. So I'll just keep doing what I was doing and just do it faster this year. Or I won't touch it because I'm too busy over here doing something else. What kind of result is that going to get you?
Exactly. So this is always normally about trying to find things that are in the gap, isn't it? For trying to find things that are missing, because there's normally one or two things that's just missing in your sales and marketing strategy, or in your building the correct team, or your direction on where the business wants to go, that people get stuck at. And when they get stuck because they don't know there's a bit of a gap, then that's when the interest wanes and they get fed up and they just go back to doing kind of what they were before. So we've put a bit of a framework around this. We've put 4 parts to this to find out and to help you to to put some structure into your new year planning. And the first one was around your culture and your character, wasn't it? And the kind of like the identity for your MSP.
Yeah, it is. It's like, if I was going to create something, I was going to be the creator of the best environment for me to scale my MSP. Is how does the environment need to change? What do I need to do to create a better culture, a better environment that reflects what I want to achieve? Because you know what's missing. And if you've got people, and more than a few people, and you're not quite getting what you want out of those people because they don't show up the way you want them to show, they don't think how you want to think, then look in the mirror and think, okay, what do I need to create? What do I need to emphasize? What do I need to do differently? And this might not necessarily, right, be clear though, that this create thing isn't about you being a graphic designer and being creative in terms of what you do. It's actually thinking, okay, what can I emphasize? How can I create more emphasis on something that's important to me? So it may be doing more of what you're already doing, but emphasizing it. Like Domino's and pizza, everybody kind of offers a 30-minute delivery, if not quicker these days. But Domino's are the ones that have always been renowned for that promise.
Yep.
And it still differentiate themselves in a hugely transactional, commoditized space. And they're still making huge profits doing it.
Yeah.
And so what is it that you need to do or emphasize more this year that is going to make a difference to you? And in culture is one thing. Maybe you just don't talk about it. Maybe you haven't defined it. Maybe you haven't told your team and people what's important about what makes your environment.
What are some of the signs that people need to look for that their culture may not be in existence, a bad culture, a toxic culture, and one that they need to focus on? Because some people will be sitting here listening to this going, what the hell's the culture all about? I'm sure everyone's happy at my work. Everything's all kind of moving forwards, but is it really?
Yeah, good question. Because in bigger businesses, it's usually the statistic.
Yeah.
You're either too many people are leaving or you actually haven't got enough people leaving. But when you're smaller, it's usually in your gut. Something's not right. Have you got the right people? And I don't mean necessarily from a skills perspective, attitudinally. And do they show up to what's important to you? If you're there for all your staff, but they're never there for you, there's something missing in what's expected from them about how they need to show up. And so you need to lay down the rules around what your culture looks like and communicate it and reinforce it and demand it.
Yeah.
And if people don't resonate with that or fit that, they'll leave you or you'll get rid of them. So culturally, I think you'll know. Yeah. I think you'll know.
You'll know. You'll just look at it and go, hang on a minute. I know that
they just don't show up the way I need them to show up. And if you're telling them or communicating with them about it and they're not doing it, then you definitely haven't got the right people, not the fact that you haven't told them.
Cool. Okay. Right. So the next one, top of the tree on the 3 pillars on how to grow your MSP is harnessing your ambition, which is all around strategy, accountability, planning, and kind of getting your head straight on where you want to go with this. So, we did talk about this in a couple of other podcasts, where to start, but most MSP business owners have got a fair idea where they want to go, but how can they use that to really, ignite their people, get them excited, get them connected, get them aligned in where you're going? Because sometimes we hear that this is a great, amazing plan, but it's stuck in your head.
Yeah. Come back to, do you want to compete or create? And it's like, if you've got a bit of an idea and a bit of a plan, it's like, well, how do you communicate it? So what do you need to create such that you regularly communicate what this plan is and reinforce it? So do you need to create regular one-to-ones in your diary? Do you need to create a regular monthly management meeting? Do you need to create, fill in the blanks? What is it that you need to do to bring alive the strategies that you've got for your technical team, the strategies you've got for account management, the strategies you've got for getting more leads? What is it that you need to do that you're not doing? And that's what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Because otherwise you're just competing with yourself like every other MSP out there, doing the same things that aren't working.
Following the sheep.
Correct.
Right. Number 3. We talk about this quite a bit, but this is the bit where when you can get a little bit more creative and think outside the box, and then have confidence that people are coming into your sales and marketing pipeline because of something that you said or something that you've changed or something that you do in a way that you resonate more. Sales and marketing is 99% of MSPs will compete with each other with a race to the bottom, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Because they either don't have the structure or the plan or the know-how or the support to do something differently. So this is probably the one that's going to resonate most, isn't it? Is, how do you stop competing and start creating my own lead flow?
It is. And also value for the prospect that isn't your client yet, but also value for you in terms of profit and return on investment. So many MSPs spend so much money or energy and time on sales and marketing and not getting what they want from it. But when you know what you need to really, really do to get your sales funnel working for you from top of funnel to middle of funnel to bottom of funnel, you transform that investment because you aren't guessing anymore.
Yeah.
You are the true marketing director of your business, and you can confidently stick to the plan and not hope, well, that didn't work for 12 weeks, let's try something else. And you can confidently commit 12 to 18 months to a series of strategies, whichever ones are right for you. But how do you create the kind of strategy that is going to differentiate you and give you the confidence to stick to it?
Bang on, Stuart. Absolutely love that part. Right, last but not least, leverage people, building teams, connecting teams, aligning teams. Probably one of the most exciting parts of growing your MSP is getting out of the technical day-to-day, getting trusting people, leveraging people. Some of the biggest results we've heard in the Growth Hub have been when owners have let go of that branch and started to share with their team so they can go faster. Building the dream team in 2024. Recruitment's hard. Finding right candidates, asking candidates the right question, working out where they go in the structure. There's all these complications around building a great team, isn't there? And it's just can be a bit of a quagmire, can't it, on knowing where to start with this one.
Yeah. What do you need to do to create your dream team? And again, it's a bit of a cliche, dream team.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Hollywood movie, but it's relevant.
Yeah.
It's relevant. And if you're looking to scale your MSP, you do need to build the dream team around you. What are those key people that are going to be the foundations that underpin you letting go confidently? Because when you've got the dream team behind you, you can step away from the detail with confidence and step into those areas that you know you need to do more of that are going to transform your results this year. It might be sales and marketing. It might be account management. It might be deciding to onboard a new PSA because you want to lead that piece, because putting that piece into your team will make them more efficient, more effective, better KPIs. You can work with them better. They can work with themselves better. Whatever it is, that there is something that needs to be created to make your team better than it is today. And I think if you analyze that or just follow your instinct in your gut about, do you know what? I've got a couple of people here that don't actually make this the dream team. What is it I need to do with them to either to get them to step up into their potential, or is it that actually we've outgrown them or they've outgrown us? And I think that thinking into that particular question, because it gives us leverage. Scaling your MSP is about gaining leverage so that you can step away. The more you can step away, the more you get more time, profit, and freedom from your business. And your business is an asset. Now, it's absolutely fine to treat your business as a lifestyle business.
Yeah.
it's just a business that serves your lifestyle. But actually, if you want to build a business to sell one day, or certainly such that it works for you and not you for it, we've got to get leverage. And you've got to work out whether you've got the right team, your dream team, on board or not.
And at the time of recording, which is this is coming out on New Year's Day on 2024, keep an eye out on our website, because in January we are going to be running a masterclass on how to build your own dream team. So check out the website. If you've passed that date, go and check the recordings on the events section, and we will help you specifically build your dream team in 2024. Stuart, great show, nice and structured for the beginning of 2024.
It is, Ian, and I think the important thing is Happy New Year, everybody. Wishing you a great calendar year ahead. But I think don't get overwhelmed. There's lots of things you ought to think you ought to be doing, but there's usually just one or two key things, and whatever they are, don't ignore them. Step into them.
Yep.
And if you don't know where to start, reach out to people.
Yep.
It could be anybody. It could be somebody in your family. It could be somebody in the MSP community. It could be a coach. It could be a mentor. It could be a vendor. It doesn't matter. But do something about it, get some help, and take the first step and enjoy it. Have some fun. We had a bloody amazing year last year. We had a load of laughs, not enough boardrooms on the golf course.
No, there wasn't.
Boardroom meetings, I should say, on the golf course.
But is that because I kept beating you and you got upset about it?
Well, there's that scorecard that you deny exists.
Missing. Just because you're tall doesn't mean to say you're allowed to keep the scorecards all the time. But no, more. Well, that's obviously dependent on the weather. Or we could just go to Portugal and play in Portugal.
Oh, we could, couldn't we?
Slight digression on the subject.
Well, that's a food for thought.
Anyway, that's another that's another business expense to get looked into. So look, we are super excited about 2024. All the people we're going to meet, all the people we're going to help, all the people who are out there,
and more sock offs. What about more sock offs?
Yeah, so we're going to do some more sock offs, some more vendor merch, reviews. So it's just going to be crazy. The things we've got planned this year are super simple, super focused, but they're going to help many, many, many more MSPs, and we're really excited about what it brings for us and for you, the listeners, as well. So thank you again for your support listening to this podcast over the last 160 odd shows. Here's to the next 160. And by the way, if you want us to do a podcast on any particular topic, just shoot us an email or LinkedIn message, and we'll quite happily to dedicate it out to you. Special little New Year gift. Right, that's it from me. Have a great New Year. Happy New Year to you all, and look forward to connecting over the course of the next 12 months.
Fabulous. Thanks, Ian.
See you soon.
Happy New Year.
So I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, I'd love it if you could leave a rating and review on your favourite podcast platform. If you want to learn more about how to take your MSP to $1 million, or if you're already there, go faster, then come and join Stuart Warwick and myself in the Scale with Confidence Facebook group. The link is in the show notes. You go and enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.